Best we can. Look a little homeless right now because obviously barbershops aren't open. So just
Yeah, I mean,
trying.
there's some barbershops around here, but I don't want to chance it. So, um,
Are you in
because
Georgia right now?
yeah, I'm in Atlanta,
So things are actually kind of opening up a little bit.
kind of, but it's still kind of like deserted. Like, um, I can get downtown now in like 20 minutes compared to before, where it took me like at least 35, 40 minutes to get downtown.
Yeah, I mean I'm in Columbus, Ohio, so I'm in the city as well. Uh,
Yeah,
and
is it dead
here,
up
just
there?
about it's dead. The only things that are open are essentially grocery stores and gas stations. Uh, they're supposed to start opening things here
Really?
soon, but other than that, that's all we've got open. So there really isn't much to be doing at all.
Restaurants are open like for like takeout.
Oh yeah, you can get restaurants for takeout too. That's about it.
Okay, all right,
So that's how we survive because we can still get takeout food.
okay.
All right, so we
I
got a
bet
couple.
everybody's like,
We got
I
a
bet
couple
everybody's
people in
gaining
here.
hella weight.
So obviously we have former Georgia Tech running back Jonathan Dwyer, former
What's
ACC
up?
Player of the Year, All American as well. How are you doing?
Doing good, man. Just wolfing it down here with this, my hair and everything, and fighting through this thing.
What's post football life been for you?
It's been chill, man. Honestly, there's moments where I miss the game and things like that, but I don't miss getting hit or anything.
I
So,
can imagine.
but other than that, it's good. You know, I'm around my son more, so I'm around a lot more and able to, go to recitals and go to this and go to that, and coaching as well. So he wants me to coach. I coach high school football now,
Okay.
but he wants me to coach at his little league team now. So I think I'm gonna do that. So I wouldn't be able to do that if I was still playing or anything like that.
Staying busy.
Yeah, always, always.
So let's talk about football here a little bit. Going back, let's start at the beginning. Why did you choose Georgia Tech? Like, what made you choose Georgia Tech out of high school?
Honestly, it really wasn't anything like significant other than, I mean, obviously there's a good education. The schools in Atlanta, one of the biggest, marketing like cities in the world from that standpoint, and um, entertainment and things like that. But I think the main thing was just the guys I went with, the guys I played with. We're all close. So you have a group chat, and we still talk to this day. Like my recruiting class, like who had like Joshua Nesbitt and Morgan Burnett and Derek Morgan and players like that. We just all came together and was like, we're all gonna go to this school and come together and try to make something happen that hasn't been done in a while.
And you guys did some good work there.
Yeah, we did some things. We did some things.
So freshman year to sophomore year, you make a little bit of an offensive change. You were there during the change to the triple option, if I recall, right?
Right. My freshman year, I was with Coach Gailey, who's the OC of Miami now.
Yeah.
He's the one who recruited me, and we ran a traditional post-out offense at the time. A little bit of spread here and there. This is how about a little bit before the spread offense kind of got implemented in the college game, and then just it was. I mean, I had a great freshman year, and I was excited for the future for me. And as a team, I thought we were going to have a really good team in this offense. But Coach Gailey got fired after the Georgia game, which was a complete shock to us because I didn't think that was really going to happen because he just went to ACC the year before, and things just didn't go the way we wanted it to go. But Coach Johnson came in. It was a hard transition, honestly, just because none of us had played this offense before.
Yeah.
But it was a struggle, but we made it work.
Yeah. You end up having a pretty good season your sophomore year.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, the story was that I was going to transfer if things didn't go well, um, and 'cause it was I if honestly, I would have never went to Tech if that was the offense that was there
I can believe that.
initially, um, just because I didn't know think that was going to help me get to the next level. But but everything went well, and the board said this, the board said that, which was great. So it was like, I might as well stick around, and I enjoyed playing with the guys I was with, and the success that we had, and it was fun. So just stayed, and then went through our junior, which was pretty good as well.
So 2009, you guys were ACC champs. Can you tell me
Right.
what that season was like?
It was exciting just because we knew honestly it wasn't a surprise to us that we made it there and that we won it honestly because we knew that we could. We knew that we had the talent to do it. We knew that we worked hard throughout the off season and the success that we had the year before. We let a couple games slip away the year before that we should have won. So we knew that we were capable of doing it, and it was a fun season. It was a fun game as well. Matter of fact, I did a live with CJ Spiller like 2 weeks ago,
Mhm.
and we were talking about that game, and then they replayed it like last week, I think, or whatever. And I saw some little bit of the extra, like the game, and it was a fun game for sure.
Yeah, I remember that season. You guys were an exciting team that year.
Yeah, we did some things. It was fun. Nesbitt really got better control of the offense, and he started doing his thing, and we started throwing the ball a little bit more. And Demarius, I mean, Bebe was doing his thing too as well, and we just had a lot of backs though. It was just a lot of us. It was a lot of us, so people didn't really know whose day it was going to be that day.
Do you think you guys might have benefited from teams not facing that style of offense as much? Because, anybody who plays like Army or Navy, they see it every year compared to you
Yeah,
guys. It was only like the second year that people were playing against that. Do you think that might have helped you guys at all?
I think it did, yes, but then at the same time, like I just think our talent level, man, like
Hmm.
we just um,
Oh, yeah, you guys had a
we
lot of talent on that team too.
yeah. So I would say the talent level really helped, and that was before the transition of like the linemen. Like they were still big. Like everybody was still like 300
Hmm.
pounds, and like they were really big guys still. So that helped us out still a lot. Um, and I mean, Tech, we always could run the ball even before the transition. Like that's just what we did. Like we ran the ball and we ran it effectively. So um, I just think that we just really just connected on just executing the offense better. But that's what helped us more than anything. But it
Is
was
there?
tougher going against like teams like Duke. Duke played like Army and Navy like every
Yeah.
year,
So
and
they were a little more familiar
yeah,
with what the offense looked like.
yeah. Duke played us pretty tough, and Tech did 1 year, and then we figured him out. But Duke was probably like our toughest one, even though like we put up a lot of points. But at the beginning of the game, like it took us a while to like figure it out.
Get some momentum to really get it rolling.
Yeah, yeah.
So, in your college career, is there a moment or a game that really sticks out to you as like an iconic moment to you or your favorite moment in college?
Um, There's a few. I would say definitely, obviously the UGA win, which was big for
Hmm.
us, because that's what That's I mean, if you go to Tech or UGA too. I mean, you go to those schools to beat those teams, and
Hmm.
you know that game when we beat Florida State for the first time in like shoot, I think it was like since the '70s or something. They at Georgia Tech, and we beat them at Doak Campbell, and then when we beat Tech, #5, the highest ranked team that we ever beat in school history at the time. I think they broke it now, but just games like that. I mean, ACC championship. There's a lot of memorable games, and moments. With the guys and things like that.
You go to big schools to playing games like that.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. That's the whole purpose of it.
So, I want to talk a little bit about Georgia Tech now. How much do you keep up
Right.
with Georgia Tech now and Jeff Collins?
I think now more than anything, probably because Jeff does a really good job of keeping us involved.
Uh-huh.
He wants he has this like big brother system where we just talk to one of the guys. Like we have players that we keep in touch with, and they keep in touch with us. We talk about just whatever. They can talk to us about life. They can talk about us. How do we transition life after school? Some of the guys. I mean, because some guys didn't go to the NFL, so some guys know how that is to go from this to being an athlete to just being in a way just a normal guy. You're not an athlete
Hmm.
anymore. And how did they do that? And how did they get through Georgia Tech? What the things they did? Just talking about life lessons, just being a type have a big brother. And coach wants us around, like to come to a game. We don't have to pay for a ticket.
That's always a
Um,
perk.
so before it was like a hassle, and you want, and then at the same time you want to show your kids where where
Hmm.
you went to school, and it was I would say it was a little more of a hassle. Now it's like open arms for all the alumni, even like the old school guys. Like they come back a lot more than I've ever seen. Like I've never like I think we had the Legends of the Flats a year ago, and it didn't happen this year because obviously this is going
Yeah.
on. But I met people I would have I never thought I would ever meet. Like I met Jerry Mays, William Bell, um, Robert Levette, like dudes that I've always wanted to meet while I was
Hmm.
playing, and I never got to meet them. And these guys, this generation had the honor to meet the guys who put the forefront in front of us, and that's who they're chasing every day as they work, So it was that was a cool moment for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you think of the work that he's done so far? I know he's only been there 1 year, but what's your thoughts so far on his progress? Because you kind of saw the reverse transition of going from a traditional like pro style to the option.
Yeah,
Now he's trying to do the absolute reverse.
I think honestly, the kids are enjoying it more than anything. The kids realize that my game is expanding, my game is constantly growing. Um, I would say the triple option is a good offense from the standpoint of you develop toughness, you develop discipline on offense and defense. You develop, you know, everybody has to work as one. That type of mentality, but there's only a ceiling that you can go.
Hmm.
Whereas how your game is just kind of like it almost reaches a climax and it just tops out because there's only so much you can learn and so much you can do, and in that offense because you only can do so much at your position to a certain extent. But I just feel like the guys are expanding their game. They're making each other better. The growth that I saw from I went to like one spring practice this past year, and the guys they're big, like they're huge, and the transition that Coach Lou's done, but the players they've gotten better, their work ethic, like they're constantly, you see them working on their craft on a consistent basis, and they want to get better. So some guys come to my facility, they work out here, some of them are doing it now, and I just think that Coach Collins is bringing that swagger back that Tech hasn't had in a while,
Hmm.
probably since 2008, 2009, and then that 1 year Coach Johnson had like 2013, I think it was, where that excitement. And I just think that is, I mean, even like when you look at the recruiting now, like we're irrelevant. Like may not get this kid, but we're in the hunt. Like he has us in the top five. He has us in his top three. So it's like we're relevant to these kids now. And I think he's doing a great job recruiting. I think that he's done a great job with the staff that he has. A lot of guys who went there and they can relate to the guys, and they're doing a really good job. I think for sure. I think their transition will be better. They probably need one more year, and
Hmm.
they'll be where they need to be.
Yeah, I know recruiting wise he's done well. He got what top 100 recruit Jameer Gibbs, I believe,
Yeah,
to
like
come to Georgia Tech.
this is the highest class. That it's crazy because I was joking around with him about this when the last signing day, and I said like it's crazy that you've been a part of the two of the highest classes that's ever been in school history. From '07 and then now, because he was the guy who recruited all of us in '07.
Hmm.
So like this, like and look how that worked out. And
Yeah.
everywhere he's been, it hasn't been the first or 2 years, but every 3 years of every guy he's this one class he gets, they win a championship. So it's like, I mean, he's doing something right. I don't,
Yeah.
and he's from Atlanta. Putting the staple down that we're the 404. We're from Atlanta, and this is our city, and this is who we're representing. And I think that's very, very cool for sure. And the kids are soaking it up, and they love it.
So I didn't disclose this to you, but I'm actually a Temple alum. So you stole our head coach, had a
Hey
good thing
man, I
rolling,
mean,
and you stole him.
yeah, yeah. I mean, as soon as the job opened up, and I saw that his name was on the list, I already knew he was going to. I already knew he was going to get a job
I had a good feeling he
because
was going to take it as I went open too.
yeah, I mean, he's from here. His hometown's like 30 minutes from the stadium. So it's just like, I mean, he's coming back home, and he brought a lot of other guys that are from here home too. So
Hmm.
you know, I mean, I don't know how you could beat that any day. I mean, I would have took it too. I mean, this is his
That's
dream
fair.
job. So yeah.
So a little bit more on recruiting. So do you think it interests kids more to play in this style of offense than it did in an option-based offense?
Most definitely. I think the kids now they see that this offense is, I mean, the spread offense now is what the league is doing now.
Hmm.
The game is changing so much from the NFL to the NFL that it's like because of the quarterbacks that are coming in. You got guys like Deshaun Watson who come from that traditional spread. You got like other guys like Pat Mahomes who had this air raid type offense, and Kyler Murray, what he's doing, and it's not like it's not working. It's successful. They're making, they're doing really good things. So, I mean, I think that the offense translates and is going to help them, and kids are getting interested. I mean, we're getting a lot of kids that are from the state of Georgia that probably would have went to Tech if the offense or this was changed, and they're transferring back home.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I think it's going to help a lot for sure. I think there's going to be more guys in the draft, and we'll just start building our reputation back up like it used to be.
And I think you make a really good point there because, for instance, if you're recruiting a quarterback for an option based, they pretty much know they're not going to play a quarterback in the NFL. The quarterbacks have the idea that they all want to be Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson. But if you're an option quarterback,
Yeah,
you're not making the NFL because nobody in the NFL is running that kind of offense.
yeah.
So you're definitely going to intrigue.
I felt bad for Nesbitt because Nesbitt was a dual threat quarterback who was a throw first type of guy, and then when he got to Tech, the first year he was doing his thing. After that, he had to change it to be a totally different quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I felt bad for him for sure, and a lot of other players that had to go through that transition and kind of hurt them a little bit as well.
So let's run through just a couple of things real quick, and then I'll let you go. Favorite game in your career? You there? You there, Jonathan?
I think I lost you. My bad.
Yeah. What's your favorite game that you played in your career? We might have having.
Reject?
Yeah. You there? Yeah. We're good. I can hear you. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
Okay. I can hear you. I can hear you. Let me try. And we lost him. Hold tight. Maybe he'll be back in. Until then, we only have a couple more questions for him. Hopefully everybody's surviving quarantine. Give us a couple seconds. We'll see if he joins back in. Now would be a great time for like some waiting music. Intern Gibble, when you watch this through, cut this part out. Thanks. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear
All
you
right,
now.
cool.
I'm back.
No, bad. You're good. You're good. So just had a couple other questions left, and then I'll let you go. These were kind of couple quick hitters. Favorite game you played in your career? Give me one.
Say that one more time.
Favorite game you played in your career? You there, Jonathan?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite? What's your favorite game you played in your career?
Favorite game of my career, probably the AC Championship and UGA. Those are my favorite two.
That's fair. I could see why those would be. Favorite player you ever played, or best player you ever played with, in your opinion?
Man, played with. I'd probably say Morgan Burnett, man.
Okay.
Morg was special ever since the first day he stepped on campus, and he could play every DV position that he was our starting corner our freshman year. Then he went from nickel to safety to everywhere. So I think that's probably the biggest thing. And then he was a great tackler, ball hawk. He could do it all. But he was just special. And he was a big leader on our team.
Okay. Yeah. No. Great player for sure. And favorite player or best player you thought you ever played against?
Well, one guy I didn't really play against him. I just saw him on the other side. Matt Ryan was the best quarterback, college quarterback I've ever seen in my life. Um, but player, uh, I have two. Probably Cam Chancellor
Okay.
and Chris Long. My
Okay.
freshman year against Chris Long. But me and Cam used to have some battles. We would go at it.
I could see that one happening for sure.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Last question, and then I'll let you go. If you could have went anywhere other than Georgia Tech, where would you have gone?
My brother, I just walked in. My brother's in here, and he probably would get pissed off that I said this, but he's a big Florida fan, so I would have went to Florida. That's where I was going to go.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I would have been a Gator. Yeah,
I'm sure the
Cincinnati or
Gator
LSU.
fans,
That's probably where I went.
Gator
Yeah,
fans would love to hear that one. Awesome.
yeah, yeah.
Well, appreciate you taking the time today. Um,
No problem, man.
hope that you
I
survive
appreciate the
quarantine.
opportunity. Oh yeah, we'll get through this thing, man. Everything's starting to slowly open up, so it'll be better soon.
Exactly. Exactly. Wish you the best in everything. Thanks.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for the opportunity, bro.